Hey, hey. Uh-oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Uh-oh, connecting.
Hey, Christine.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
I can. Yes.
Okay, good. I need to turn it up. I haven't even got it up. Hey, there's Victoria. I sent out reminders. I'm supposed to have Carol Rogers, or Yuri is her name. Gloria, you probably know her because she's in 100X. She was in our um she was in my family room for 100X for a little while. So
Oh,
yeah, so um
How's everybody?
good. How about you guys?
Doing good.
Yeah, it's been a while. I've been missing you ladies. This seems like a month. Just it seems this month has been a long month, I think. But yet it's been short too. It's one of those, it's like the days are long, but the days are short, but the month has been long or something like that. So I hope, can you guys see the painting here? Good.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, well, Miriam is supposed to be here and hopefully Carolyn will show up. If not, then they'll get the replay. Okay, they have changed this whole platform. So I'm trying to find out how to just put me like on speaker mode. Let me see. Uh, let me see spotlight for everyone. Let me see if that'll do it. I guess that was it, right? You guys can just see me right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I tend to sometimes forget to do that, and I'm in this little tiny square trying to teach you guys, and I know that's frustrating. So I just wanted to make for sure. Okay, now this is this actually took me a while, and so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Um, I've got a mess here. I, I've been running all morning trying to get some stuff done here. Let me see. Um, of course, we used a bright blue or a darker blue, actually, if you've got it. And then I put some white in here, um, black and a brown. And I use, this is like a magenta, but if you've got if you don't have a pink or a darker pink, we could do red and white and just mix it up. And of course I did a dark green in my leaves and I had a lighter green, but if you guys don't have that, you can, use yellow or even white, just to sort of highlight your leaves some. And let me see if I'd print this off, and I wasn't for sure if it would show up, just because this was so huge. I just wasn't for sure if I could get by all of us in the camera. Let me see what else I did. This is this same color blue. It's just it had quite a bit of white in it, so it makes it look like a grayish color.
Okay.
And so I think that's all. And so what I've done with the background is I have sponges. You can use a regular household sponge. Of course, I've got this little sponge that I ordered, um, or I get from Donna Dewberry herself. So that's what I ordered. But I can use just an ordinary sponge, and I don't even have my paints out. I do have my do have my brushes ready in this little. Okay, so I did. Okay, what did I do with my? Okay, ladies, I'm going to have to. So we'll just put out about a quarter size amount of paint in our paint or in our plates. And for some reason, I can't find my big container of paint. So while you guys do that, I will be right back. I don't know what I've done with that. There you go. Hiding from me. I've got like a little nook right there behind where my freezer goes, and that's where this was. So I've got, this is just I don't even know what color blue it is. It just says, it don't really say what color blue. It's just like I guess probably like a royal blue. And so I usually I did the sky with this too. So I'm putting out probably about a quarter size, may end up needing more. We will need orange as well. I'm sorry, I didn't tell y'all we do a little bit of orange, and I mixed that with the brown. I will probably put that in a separate plate just because I want to get the sky and the sky first. Almost out of my Now, because I use a lot of white and greens, just the basic colors, sometimes this is not the multi-surface, but I get these big quarts of paint at Michael's, and I can usually get them for like $9.99 on sale. So, for what we're doing here, it doesn't necessarily have to be multi-surface, but the multi-surface has the sealer inside, and that's one reason I recommend it. But I don't even know, like this was multi-surface white, but I also have tons of white that I use. So just wanted y'all to know that was, and you can get those in all the primary colors to where you can like mix them and stuff. When I did like my big classes, when I had 30 students or, even 10 or 11, this is what I took. I took quarts or the pints of those so that I'd have plenty of paint for everybody. So anyway, just wanted to let y'all know that Michael's has that and sometimes runs them on sale. Also too, I don't know if y'all know this, but Michael's on their website, for canvases, they have I'm thinking like 20 canvases for $40 or something like that. So just, just a heads up, if y'all actually use a lot of canvas, like I actually, because I do so many paintings, I've got hundreds of paintings that's sitting around. The boys got me this, and this is what I'm going to just do today because I just have so many. So what I'm going to do right off the bat is I'm just going to mix these two paints into a color of blue that I like. I did if you notice, I did a real, like a baby blue, really. And I just picked it up as I went and just mixed it. And I wanted it very light, so I got over here and just kept picking up white. It doesn't take very much blue to do that. And I just come over here and I went in circles to really get it done. And it's a fast, don't take much with these sponges. I've got addicted to the sponges because it's just so, to me, it gives you the depth that you need, and you can always come back and you can add, and See, I'm getting that way too dark for my taste, but what I can do is just come in here and add some white, and it makes it look like it's just got more clouds. We'll go all the way down with this. I'm covering the whole entire canvas. If y'all happen to see someone trying to get in and I don't notice, if y'all would holler at me, I'd appreciate it.
How do you see somebody coming in?
Okay, you don't?
No, I said, how do you see somebody? I never see anybody coming in.
Well, normally, like through if you've got the chat or anything open, you can see, but it'll come up here on the top when you guys come in, I could see that you guys were entering.
Okay.
So, but sometimes, like when I did the family rooms and stuff, I would just get occupied and there would be people trying to get in and I didn't see them. But at that time, Zoom has changed so much, and so has Facebook, that the things that where you used to find stuff, you can't find it anymore. So I have to just used to be in the chat, it would say, so and so's wanting to get in or something like that. Okie dokie. So again, this makes really fast work of trying to get the clouds and the stuff done, the sky. And every once in a while, just like up here at the top, I may just go and I sort of want it maybe to look like a little more bright white or something. It's so covered up, you're not really going to see a lot of it anyway. Okay. Okay. I know I'm doing this fast. Now, I wanted to ask you ladies, are y'all being able to find the replays and stuff fairly quickly?
Yes.
I know I send them to you on email, but I know right now it's sort of like you've been having to save those emails in order to get the replay. I'm trying to work on that to where I can get them all up on a platform and you guys can just go in there and pick and choose what you want to watch when you want to watch it. So
That would be nice.
that y'all just pray. And what I'm thinking I might do, if this is okay with you guys, I'm going to put it out there, is that instead of doing just a monthly class, the way I mean, I'll still be doing the monthly classes, but I think I'm just going to do like a membership, and it'll be the same price. It'll be $12 a month, and that way all of those videos will be up there that you guys have seen and will do. And again, it'll be like a membership. You guys could just go in there and it'll have all of the videos there to where you guys can pick and choose then what you want to watch. And I will try to even add more to that. So, I mean, what y'all think? I mean,
That's a great idea to me.
well, that would be, I mean, listing Rhonda's help. She showed me one time how to do a platform with those using, it's called, what is it, Screenomatic. I don't know if you guys know about that, but it's like a place where it's a platform where you can like video your own screen and stuff, but it will attach right to my Zooms. So I can actually just put all of the Zooms up there that I do, and then I can put them on a channel and send you guys the link to the channel. That way you can just go in there and see it all and choose and pick whichever ones you guys want to do.
That sounds good to me.
Yay, okay. Because you guys are
Yes,
so
sir.
faithful. I don't want you guys having to search and keep those emails. And however, this is what you could do as well to make it easy. You could just open up like a Word document if you guys have got that. And when I send you those links, you can open up a Word document and add those links to a Word document, and you will have them. You can hyperlink them right in that Word document and just go in there right now and do it that way. Does that make sense? Maybe not. Maybe that's too complicated. So, okay, what I did next after I get to Sky, am I going way too fast? If I am, y'all, just, you know how I am. You guys gotta let me know. Okay, put this somewhere. Of course, I've already got paint all over me, so. Mhm. See what we got here, so you guys can still see. The next thing I did, of course, is I brought my branches down. And of course, I did that in black. I did not have that much black either. I gotta go get me some more black paint. One thing about black is it goes a long, long way. I also did like some of that I put white in just to make it like a gray color. And I did a brown. And I don't know what I did in the dark brown. What I did with it. It wasn't good, so this one. I'm looking under my table and there's dog toys everywhere. Y'all see my booty. Okay, so I'm looking for my dark brown. What in the world do I do with it? There it is. Okay, and this is a fairly dark brown. But I also, if y'all have it, I also used like a tannish color, but if not, we'll just pick up white. Okay, and for that, of course, I used my 3/4 flat, my big one. Okay, so it's just of course, what we do is I'm gonna get the black first, and I did dampen my my brush and wiped out the excess water. And I may just go ahead and go into, let me do the brown. Can y'all hear my dove out there? We've had a dove for many years. When I say many, I'm talking like, I think we've had him for 18.
Ooh, a long time.
Yes, well, they live to be old. I mean, some of them can live up to be 35 years old.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that when I was taking it on.
Did the dogs and the cat?
Uh, I'm sorry.
I said, that's longer than the dogs and the
Yeah,
cat.
yeah, and well, and so anyway, we moved him because he was out there all by himself. He had a mate and she died, and
Mm.
so we moved him out to our front porch, and so he hears everything he hears. He wants to holler. So, okay, so what I done is I took black on one tip. You know how we double load? Actually, I sort of triple loaded this as I took black and white and I mixed it sort of like a gray. And then I just dipped it in the brown, the corner of the brown. And honestly, if you guys have got floating medium, because this is going, because this is actually, you're going to make long strokes with this to try to, to bring it all the way across. sometimes floating medium in this. And while I did floating medium, I just go down one time and then just come over here and pick up more paint. And it'll give you those bigger strokes. Now, what I'm going to do to begin with is I'm sort of turning this brush at an angle. So when I come down, it makes it a bigger. See how that's going to, I don't know if you could see that. Let me bring that up here and show you. I don't know if you can see how that sort of looks like it's dragging. That is, again, that's why we use floating medium a lot of times, because I know my brush is really like loaded good, but we're just going to go back over that. I didn't want it that wide, but see how that just wants to just drag. So unfortunately, we're going to have to use, or I'm going to use, it might be because this is canvas, but it's got a lot of, it's more like a paper. And so it just soaks that paint up. So let's go back over that. And I tried to get that first little swipe in there. Again, I sort of covered all this up, so I'm not really, I just want to make for sure that I get some good looking branches in here. And again, I just put a lot of branches, just so I just started just making limbs out through there. You guys know I'm on that chisel edge, and I'm just letting that ride on that chisel edge. And I'm picking up a lot of paint on this because, again, mine is dragging quite a bit. And maybe yours won't be doing that because you may have maybe a primed canvas. This is not primed, what I'm using right now. So that's probably why it wants to drag around. So when I get to these, there's a lot of branches, of course, that we want to go off from here. And when we do, see, I don't like how that's doing. I don't know but it's a light touch. And then to put these smaller little branches and stuff on there. I'm just barely touching that and just letting that really like the corner. Let me show you. It's almost like I'm pulling it. Let me show you if I could see if I could. I'm pulling it, but I'm letting that tip do all of the work. Sort of like I'm raising it up on the tip. Some of this I'm having to go over just because again, it's like it's really dragging. And I don't think it's humidity today. I think it's just because my canvas is not primed. I'm just going to go right on out to this. Again, letting that just ride. And just putting in more branches. I'm going to leave this gap right in here, and I actually should have brought him just a little bit further down. I never, I always say my first original painting's always the best, usually, just because, I guess I didn't really plan it. I just do it, and when I try to actually replicate it, sometimes it's like my perspectives are not always just right. So again, I'm just making extra branches here. Just bringing some out to where I can add a lot of blossoms. And again, this is a light touch. I'll have a lot more here, but I'm gonna put the bird here and this one right here. I'm gonna try to put him, the nest right here. So I know that I can put some more right through here and bring this and even down a little bit further. And again, just keep like bringing out smaller branches here. Okay. Now what I did right here is I actually just sort of took I'm going to use the same brush. I'm going to pick up more brown though. And basically I did like an oval. I actually went up above this branch just a little bit, but because there's such a sweet little pocket right in here. And all I did is I'm just making like an oval to begin with. Okay. Can y'all see that? And I just went, I mean, I even went long ways with it because it's all going to be filled in. Like when I say long ways, I mean straight up and down. I just went right like this. Just put two C's together. That'll make it easier. And I'm going to go ahead and sort of fill this in right in here. My stomach is growling, so I pray that's not on the camera. You can't hear that. Stomach growling. I'm hungry all of a sudden. Okay, so I got that sort of outlined. And I may just go out. I'm just sort of emptying my brush of that black. I never wipe that off. And if I, really want to get rid of some more of the paint, which I don't, because I could go up here and make some more branches. But right now I'm just getting rid of it. I'm really putting pressure on that brush to get rid of some of that paint. And if it's not perfectly in the oval, that's fine. I actually don't, it's not perfectly oval. Okay. So now what I did from there is I took brown. I never did even clean this. I took brown and white. And you know how we double load. So basically I just started just making like, how we do this. I started in the middle. Again, I might just actually, because this is a lighter color now, I'm gonna start that. Just make like a little light place here in the middle. Much lighter than the sides. Okay, sort of like that. Okay, and then I'm going to pick up more brown. And then from this middle, I'm just going to start coming out. And I'm just going to start fanning that. And I crisscross it. I did a little bit of everything. I just filled it in. This is almost like, when we do, like we did the fur, for the line. What did we do? We come over here and we just sort of flicked him, flicked his hair. We're doing the same stroke here. When we did the lion and the lamb. You ladies did so wonderful on that painting. Was it fun for you guys to do?
It was.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I loved it. So what I'm doing is I'm just gonna go all the way around at least once right now. And I'm just, again, flick, 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 touch, flick, flick. It's more or less that corner, the tip of your brush, and you're just pulling that out. I'll do the inside as well, but I just, I'm actually going inside as well. And I picked up, if you could see, I picked up some white here. It's like it's still brown, but it's just a lighter brown because I put some white in there. Again, I'm just sort of crisscrossing them. I just want the placement of this so that I can actually add the bird over here, where I can get a placement for him, for her. That would be a her because she's after her babies. And I kept sort of adding to this after I got it done, or after I sort of got the outline and seen what it was going to look like. If I feel like I needed more, I just added more. Especially after I got the eggs in there and got them placed, then that way I knew, I could actually add more straw or more straw, I guess, that they would use or whatever they use. And then that way I could go in and sort of fill that in some and cover up the eggs to make them look like they're sort of nestled in there a little bit. So basically, that's what I done. I did the bird and stuff first, and then and the nest, and then I did all of the blossoms. Cleaning my brush really good this time. Colin. Fine, so. So where are you ladies at so that I don't just run off and totally leave you?
Working on the nest.
Okay. How about you, Miss Carolyn? Oh, she's there.
It might be muted.
Hmm.
Sorry, I was muted. I am working on the branches, so it's okay. I always have to use the replay. So you can go on. You don't have to
Yeah.
listen.
Well, this is probably like the bird is probably the most difficult thing that I did. And after I done him the way I done him, I thought, well, I bet they think, well, Lord, she's put his butt right in her face. But that's sort of how I made her look like she's sitting on this Liam looking over rather than just looking straight in. So and I think I'm not going to use this big flat brush for that. I did use a smaller, I got like a 10, I believe, or a 12, smaller flat brush. And I did blue. I got a little bit of orange. I did black and white in the bird. So also too, well, I've already got, I'm gonna go ahead and do the blue and white really quick. And I want this for the eggs. I'm gonna go ahead and put the eggs in there. And it's almost, it's not like they're really like I might actually pick up just a little tiny bit of that brown to make them a little bit grayish looking. And basically this is just, I just took my brush and I just, again, just like I did the nest, I did 2 C's. And I just sort of filled them in. I'm gonna pick up that brown because it's wet underneath it, which is good because I'll go back over those. And like I said, I did one in the back. Y'all can have as many eggs as you want. I actually did 4. I think sometimes they have 3, 4, and 5 from what I've seen. They can have as many as 5. I'm going right to the bottom of that. But this one here, I went right over top of this one to make it look like that was buried. Again, we'll go back over these and highlight these. They sort of looked like right now they're looking more brown, but I've got, I will pick up the blue and the white and really like highlight these. I just picked up just straight blue just then. And with all of this brown and white that's already there, again, it's sort of making them look like they're just almost like a grayish color. I want that one there to really look like it's pushing that other one back. So I'm putting this one. Sort of here too. We want to make sure that's good and defined. Right now, I'm just going to let that dry because that's a lot of paint. I'm going to clean this out really quick, my brush. And then I'm going to start in on that bird. Can you all see what I did? Do you need me to, is my camera up far enough to where y'all can see, or is it up too far?
No, it's good for me.
You guys can see okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. Okay, so I cleaned my brush. Really good. Got all the water out of it. Now, I need to get me some more white. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show y'all how I did the bird on a plate, okay? Before we actually go to our canvas. That way y'all, which I've done a hummingbird for y'all before in the practice, the technique Tuesday. And you sort of do him the same way. We did the bird, if you remember, in the Christmas workshop as well. But basically, no, I just got blue, just straight blue on this brush. Again, I want that sharp chisel edge. And so basically, I did like almost like a semicircle. Y'all see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Okay. And then from the back of this would be the top of his head. From the back of his head, I've really put pressure on that. It's almost like one of the big leaves that we do. Okay. You just really put pressure on that. And I'm rolling that, or I'm not necessarily rolling it. I'm bringing it out. So that would be his little body, the top of his body. And then, let me see. And this is sort of a two-part thingy that I done. Let me see. Get some more here. Now, for his back wing, I come right to the back of his head. And again, I'm just putting that pressure down. And it's almost like it's a leaf, just like we would do for the plants and stuff. You got that pressure, you bring it fat, and then you're just rolling that and getting the tip of his wing. Okay. On this one, again, I come down just a little bit because this right in here is going to be an orange. If you see, I've got orange there. I had to go over that a couple of times. Now, this one is going to be, because it's closer to us, it's going to be a full wing. And I come down just a little bit. A lot of pressure. And it's just one big fat leaf is all it is. And you're just going to bring it to the tip. Now, see, I don't necessarily like how I've done his tail or her tail, but because she's like the way she's seated, I wanted to make for sure that she was, she had her tail feathers all spread out. Now, in order to get the feathers on here, I took that chisel edge and I started from the end here, or like right where the V is right here. And I just started making little strokes and I'm bringing it into the wing. Okay. And I'll make probably just a few more on the outside. But on this one that's showing, I did one there on the tip, and then I bring them in because this is showing, you could see, I bring them in really until I get smaller. But when I come in here, I sort of slice it a little bit. I know I'm doing that still very small. I hope you guys can see. And then up underneath here, like right here, I just went in with the white and I started making little marks. Okay. So on his tail, we did the same thing. I actually did one long one right in the middle. And then on each side of that long one, I come and I kept getting smaller. Or that's how I should have done it. I never. But because I've done this one full, I'll probably do this one the same way. Again, I'll just keep bringing in more feathers on each side. And this was actually a little, I mean, this is a little bird compared to what this one is that I got on the screen, or on the actual painting. And I just kept bringing those wings those feathers in on each side of this. So this may have to be, I might make this feather just a little bit bigger, or his wing just a little bit bigger, and then do it like that to where it looks like again, on the top of this wing, and I want that pushed in the back. So on the top of his wing here, I actually put some highlights and stuff. So I'm gonna clean this really quick. And then the bottom side, which I probably should have done before I showed you all how to do the feathers. That's why I wanted to do it on a plate. So if you guys are following with me, that you've not messed up anything. Okay, right underneath his side here, his face, side of his face. I got that way spread out. I don't know. Let me see. Let me get rid of some of that. So right here, I'm just going to go, and I actually would have done this before I added all these feathers. I don't know why I done that, but underneath, I'm just adding pressure, and then look, yeah. You don't do that first. You actually do the head, you do the body. Let me do it again. Here, I'll show you how. Okay, I'm doing his head. Then I do his body. Okay, and then I just pick up. Okay, now I got white here. I make it like a little jaw there. And then again, it's just another leaf. Okay, can you all see that?
Yes.
Okay, here's his head, and then here's a leaf for the back side. Underneath, it's white, and I sort of made just like a little comma stroke, and then it's the leaf again, and you just bring it up to the tip of where his tail was. Okay, and then from here on the back of his, we're going to do one wing, and then right here we'll do the other. Okay, maybe that makes more sense. Y'all can see that. And of course, this would be probably just a little bit bigger. And then of course, we've got that little V right there where his little beak is going to go, like right in here. And yeah, so that's sort of how you do it. It's like one more time, you do like almost like a half circle, and then you put pressure on that and you make like a big leaf for his top of his body. Then you come over here, this is the white. Go up underneath, right where you ended that, just sort of like a little comma stroke, and then from there, put that pressure on there and make that leaf again. Of course, it's got to match with his tail here. Or it don't necessarily have to, but you know you're going to come way out here with the feathers. So if you do that, that's fine. Okay. Okay, does that make sense, you guys?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I just got making a mess. I'm gonna clean that brush because I want those colors pretty. Okay. So I'm going to pick up the blue. Really getting that loaded good. Not that messy, good Lord. This is just straight blue. Making sure I got that sharp chisel edge. And then I'm going to come up above the nest just a little bit. And I'm going to do his head, her head. I'm putting pressure on that. I'm doing that half little circle. Okay. And then from that circle, actually, instead of like doing it right here and coming, you could actually start, like leave a little V there, because we're going to bring that up. If you see, it's all orange up in there. But just start right here with your leaf. Put pressure on that. Put pressure, 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 and then just stand it up. Okay. And then I'm going to clean this brush, because I want, before I put the leaves or I could have went ahead and put his back wing on. But I just want to make for sure that I get the white belly and not have that blue mixed in necessarily. So right up underneath here, I'm going to start right here where I left off with the blue. I'm just going to make like a little comma. And then from there, I'm making the leaf. And if it meets right there, I picked up that blue. That's fine, because we're going to put a wing over there. Okay. So that's sort of like his body. I'm not going to like rinse that off. I just wiped it off with the paper towel. Now I'm going to get some more just plain blue. Right here at the back of his head, this is another leaf. You're just going to go right up above. That will be one wing. This is actually going. And then right here, where we left that V, I'm going to put another one. We're going to go right over top of that. Got a lot of pressure on that brush. Okay. Now, I might just go like right in here where because I could have dragged this out just a little bit further. And that's all I'm going to do. Okay. Now from there, once we actually get that part of it, I actually want a little bit more white even at the bottom. I should have done that before I put that wing on there. I don't know whether I can do this or not without messing it up. I'm just going to bring just a little bit more white right there. And I can go right back over top of that with the bottom of that wing. The reason I did that is because I want to make for sure I got plenty of room for the orange to be in there. And he sort of had a fat little body. So I'm going to go right up underneath that where I started to begin with. And look, I'm going to go right back underneath that and put to a point. Now, I can go right over where I had that to begin with. And I could go again and make that wing. Okay. And I'm picking up some white. That's okay, because if you see what I did is I actually put some white in his wing. So that's okay. Now, from there, I come and picked up blue again. And I actually picked up some black for this. I just like double loaded it like we always do, put black and blue. Now, this is where I start adding the feathers. And the white too. Okay, and I did the hind feathers first. Again, I did one long one. Again, I got that sharp chisel edge. And when we've done this, it's almost like a pedal stroke. Remember how we just, we touch it and then we just pull it, touch it, add a little pressure and pull. And so all the way to the to its body, you're bringing those feathers in. Okay? And then we're going to do the same on the wings. I'm going to start right here. I'm going to bring that main feather in. Then underneath, I keep getting a little smaller, but on both sides. And then I keep getting just a little bit smaller as I go down. And I actually stop on the top. I just don't do it all the way to the top there. Right here on the end, here I am again. And this will go right over that white. And actually this is going, because you're seeing more of it, I'm bringing that all right up there. And I actually need to go back over this with darker blue. Okay. One more time right there. And then right here, just a little bit on the top. I'm gonna let that dry just a little bit, and I'll probably touch it back up with a little bit blue. Now, I know that the white is still pretty wet, but right here, I picked up, I actually did, I didn't like make it bright orange. I did some orange and put just a little tiny bit of brown in there. Well, actually, I picked up way too much brown this time. When I do that, I'll just walk. I'm gonna start with, I don't want it like a bright orange. I sort of wanted a rust color. So I did pick up a little bit of brown. And what I did is right in here, again, just almost like what we were doing here or even here, but I just did it was a very light touch. And right here for his little, like his little cheeky right here, you could actually just fill this in first before you actually start touching everything. And just right up underneath here, he's got orange. And I actually done that all the way, I mean, quite a bit up his cheek. I just put a little tiny bit of, and you can actually, if you want to, you could just cover that up and then we could go back over it with just a little bit of white just to highlight. But we want some of the white down here. And when I do this feathers right here, I'll put some more down here for the white. And right at the back of his head, right here, actually, there's another, it's almost like a little patch that they have right behind their heads. And right where the feathers start. I hope can y'all see me? Am my hands in the way to where, can y'all see what I'm doing?
Yes.
Okay. So again, I just sort of colored that in to begin with. Once that, I'm gonna clean this brush. It's really, when I say clean, I just basically wiped it off. And I didn't go into water. So what I'm going to do is, I'm gonna pick up some white. I'm in that gray, let's see. And right here on his cheek, but I made him have a big old fat cheek and head here, didn't I? So, but right here, I'm just gonna tap, tap, tap a little bit. to make it look like he's got a white patch of feathers there on his wing right here. I actually did the same thing, just sort of touched it just to make it look like it was feathers. I never like pulled it. I just touched it with this brush. And I don't like the way that turned out, so I might just go back over real. I'm gonna clean my brush out because I covered this right here, the tip of his wing. I'm just gonna go back over this really quickly. Okay. There. Just to straighten it up, clean it up some. And even right here, once I actually, those pretty well dried, I went back over it just one more time and actually laid some more feathers in there. With his legs, and I see I should have raised him up some so you could get some. On his little legs, I just took brown and a white just to highlight it. And I may have even used a script liner for this. I don't remember if I did or not. But I wanted him to make like she was turned. So that needs to be a sharp chisel edge. If you can't get it, then you can always use your script liner. But we're going to take one leg and put it right there. And then I took one in the very back. And it doesn't look like that's all I'm going to do. And then I'm going to pick up, I sort of put some feathers over that. Like I said, I wanted some of this to dry a little bit before I went back over and done everything else that I needed to do, because I'll pick up some white. And again, right here, I just barely touched it. That's actually a little bit too light. I might do like a lighter blue. It's too white. You can, again, I'm just barely touching that to make like little, and right here on the back of his, I did it here some too, which this time you could see a little bit more of his back wing than I did before. Again, I'm just sort of tapping that in, tap, tap, tap. But I also picked up black, and right up here at the top, I did black. And I even, whoops, picked up orange. Damn it. This was crazy, guys. I've not seen this painted like. I just, I wanted to do some cherry blossoms, and I just thought, well, I'm gonna add a bird and stuff to it. I've never done this before like this, so it was like, okay, we'll just go for it, see what happens. So I'm just picking up straight black now, and right here again at the tip of his wings, at like a tip of his feathers, I'm touching, it's a light touch, but I'm adding black to the tips of those feathers. I still sort of want to highlight. And even in his, on the, like the back side of him, or keep saying him, um, I, I just went and I'm gonna clean that brush just because it's black. I'm gonna pick up some more white. And right here, I just put just a few little highlights. Again, tapping just to make it look like it's more of his feathers. Also too, right here at the top, they almost have like a little, it's lighter, it's still blue. I don't want it so white. It may be like a baby blue. But right here at the top, they have almost like a little bunch of feathers as well. Or it's lighter. All I'm doing is sort of tapping those in there right there. And right where his nose is going to go, there's a little beak. And right here on his cheeks. Now right here was actually quite white. And I'm gonna go right here because I just don't have enough white down here where I made his cheek so fat here. I'm going to go about half of that. And I'm going to go back underneath and make some more white on his belly. And I actually covered up his legs that way, but you guys don't have to do that if you didn't make yours that big. I just did. I made it way too big. And then, just straighten that out. And I'll just put his little legs on further down there. And since I got the white in there, yeah, I'll make his legs more to the side. I made one little tiny prong on each side of those little legs and stuff too. Okay. Love you. Y'all pray for my son. He's going for an interview today. Okay. Then I got a script liner. And I'm picking up, I went into water with that. And I'm picking up black. And right here where this blue and orange and white meet, I need just some more white to there. I just did like a little, it looks like a little triangle. That almost looks like a parrot. It's not a parrot, so if it looks like a parrot with a turned beak, just make it. I don't like that beak. And then I did the same thing. I just with the script liner. And you could actually have done your feathers and stuff with the script liner too, if it makes it easier. But we've already done this right here. It's basically the same. I just made like a black circle, again, 2 C's. I'm gonna let that dry. I'm gonna try to improve this some, which I don't like when I do stuff like that. Oops, picked up some black somewhere. See it right there. Okay. And this is just not even the same bird. Mine just does not look like, I didn't make him big enough. I think that's what it is. I might actually extend his, so Sheila's seeing, I always say there's no mistakes in paint. Y'all see me. You see me like I'm always sort of correcting. Like I'm just gonna bring his body right here out just a little bit further. I'm gonna go leave those feathers there. And just bring some more in. Just because I just felt like he needed it. She needs to have longer feathers there. I'm just going to bring them out here. Taking that blue and white to begin with. And I'm going to pull those feathers out. That long one right there. Make sure that they always have that one long one right there in the center. I need some, I should say some darker blue. It just doesn't want to cooperate with me. Yeah, and I like that a little better. It should have been way out there. And maybe just a little bit more here just because it's longer. Okay. I'm gonna wipe that again. I'm gonna pick up just a little bit of white. And I'm gonna tap, 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 tap. And put just a little bit of okay. Now I'm gonna let that same script liner that I had for his eye. I'm going to use it again, but this time I'm just going to go right in to white. And remember with the script liner, I always recommend that you go over to the side and you sort of roll that to get that point. And right there in his eye, her eye, I'm just tapping, just a little tiny light pressure to tap. And then while I've got this already loaded in white, I'm going to just, again, make some more of this look at white right here. And even right up through here. Okay. And underneath here, again, tap, 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 just barely, just to make it look like there's some feathers laid up in there. And I really don't like that this was that dark. And I might just tap that out just a little bit and then come back into some, because I've got white in that. Remember, this is not just orange, it's just, it's sort of a rusty color. I'll go right back over here. As she has quite a bit. Again, if you guys want to just use your little flat brush to do this, you can. Since I've already had this loaded, I'm just using my script liner. But you can use your little flat brush and just tap, tap, just like we did, like pull, like touch and pull, touch and pull. I'm just trying to get more of the orange in there to show that it's a little too dark. Okay. I'm gonna clean this brush really good. Now see on this one, you noticed I've raised him up. I've raised her up quite a bit off of that limb. On this one, it's almost like they're sitting on the limb, and I don't particularly care for that. What I might do is I might just go ahead and put another, let's see. Oops. This ain't the best brush to do this with, but I'm gonna come right here and I'm just gonna add another limb coming down here. And then I'm gonna just extend its legs. And I did brown and white. Again, I could use that. I'll do the script liner with that. So I did a brown and a white. Or brown and white. I'm rolling that out. Now, right here, because I made his legs. I'm just going to extend that and put a little, like you could see his little claws there. Or you may not be able to.
Call from Fort Mill, SC. Call from Fort Mill, SC.
Somebody needs to get some call.
It's an early start.
Okay, so basically, again, I made it look like that its legs are out to the side here. I need to cover this up because okay. Now I'm getting that my little small flat again. Cleaning that really good because it's full of black. However, I'm going to go back. What I'm going to do is go back over these eggs really quick. And I'm just picking up some white. And I'm just going to put like a brighter, it's too bright. Like a lighter blue. I don't want it, it's almost like a baby blue. Not quite as bright as the cloud is. More of a grayish color, but right now I'm just going to go put some highlights on these little eggs. I definitely want I'm sort of mixing up like a blue and a brown and the white to make that gray. Oh, I picked up way too much white. To make them grayish looking. Now right now I just picked up a lot of white, so I gotta get rid of that. Okay. That's better. I like that a little bit. And that needs that sharp chisel edge in order to really like move that brush the way that I'm moving it to get that down like that. Keep picking up all that white. I don't want that on the blue. That little egg back there at all. Little back one's giving me a okay. Sometimes you just gotta say that's good and just back away, Jack. That's good right there. Now I've got too much. Trying to make this one the same color as I got everyone else. I don't. I don't have it the same color. I got all that white. What you do is you just wipe that brush off. Go back and pick up some brown and blue and mix with this white. There we go. Okay. Okay, so once we get that, which I don't like that one. End up picking up black. Where in the world to get black at? Some more white. Okay, guys. Picking up just a little bit more white. I'm gonna go over this one more time and then I'm gonna back away and leave it alone. And then I will put specks on it though. Okay. Too much white spot there. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to tip it, put it in my brush because I got a lot of blue in that. I'm going to wipe that out good. Now I'm going to go, I think, hold on. I'm going to pick up some more brown and white and make it sort of a, I mean, I don't want it like really brown and I don't want white, but right here, I'm going to just start making, since I got them in there, and with that brush, at the very tip, I just went and just barely touched those. Well, I guess. I don't know why. It's like it doesn't want to get off of there. I think what it is, again, my paint is really drying out quick. I think that's why I'm getting the fit that I'm getting today. Yeah, that's more like it. I don't know if you can see. Okay. Just a few little dark specks I want on those eggs. I'm doing it in the brown. This is a very light touch. I could have done this, probably should have with my script liner because it just doesn't want to act right. But I still have that brown in there. I'm just picking up, I'll pick up more brown, a little bit of white. And right over here, I'm gonna start laying in some more. This time I'm just gonna do it a little bit lighter. And once I got them eggs in there, it's like my paint does not even want to do right. So I need some, I'm definitely having to use some medium. And you guys, again, when your paint just is really like not wanting to flow right, the medium, of course, is like it's like the liquid in paint or the fluff in paint without color. And it will extend your paints a lot longer. So basically, after I get in those feathers, I'm just going to go right back over top with that flat chisel edge. And I'm just putting in more highlights here. More feather, or more straw around here to make it look thicker. And I like to even bring some of that up here. Like up around these eggs even. To make them look like they're sort of nestled in there. That white even, I'm telling you. Sometimes it may be my brush. Maybe I need to get a new brush. I don't know. It's just like it just wants to just keep picking up stupid colors. And well, hanging on to them instead of like mixing it in there. Okay. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm just, again, touch, pull, touch, pull. I like to just cross those up sometimes where it doesn't look like they're all in one direction. I don't like that this with white on me up there. Few more. And I didn't like the beak on my bird, so I'll straighten him up when I get a chance to. What I did do to highlight the bird's eyes is that I did come in here with just a little tiny bit of white with the script liner. And right around here, right around the black up underneath. I just barely touch that, almost like a U up underneath the eye to put like a, I don't know if y'all can even see what I'm doing. Let me show you. If you guys can see the little U that I just did for its little eye, like on the back side.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I did. That's all I'm going to do. And maybe once you get it closer, it don't look nearly as bad. So, okay, so what, ooh, gosh, yeah, we need to get moving here. So, these are just like regular leaves that we've done all along. Some of these are the 5-petal flowers that we've done. But what I've done, I'm just going to start putting a bunch of them in there. Now, the color I use is, it's magenta. This is actually, where's it at? It's magenta. And it's like a sort of a dark pink. I've got tons of that, don't you know? Like this is the one I reached for. And I put white, I've added white in there. And I did have, again, I need white as well. So I'm just going to start showing you guys how to lay those in there. Especially some of these that are just buds. Some of them are just buds. Some of them are, I've layered them on top of each other. And so, and normally when we do buds, we sort of go outside of we don't necessarily lay them right on the stems. Now, some of them I did, but notice what I did here. Like, I actually have the stems. I did the flowers outside of the main branches, and then I bring the stems in.
Okay.
Now, every once in a while, like this one, if it was at the end or whatever, but I still put the leaves and stuff in there. So, wanted y'all to know that. Okay, so I may actually put me some more white on this one just to make it easier. Okay. Now, also we'll need my green. Now, I have it's like just a regular green that I used on this. You can use, again, any kind of green that you want. And then I also have just sort of like a lime green. Again, if you don't have that, we can use white, and that's probably what I'll use today just to make it easy. Okay, so you know how you double load the pink and the white. And that's all I do is I'm just coming over here, double loading. This is still my small. This is probably a number 10, maybe even a number 12 might have been better. I don't know. But I just started laying them in, and I did try to sort of lay them all. Normally, I never lay them all in the same direction. And some of them I didn't. I put them down. But however, it's easier for you to do, but I just turned it. And I just started putting them in there. I got white up at the top. And I did sort of, it's not like I put a lot of wiggle in there, but I did maybe put some wiggle in there. And if I got too much white, which it looks like I do, okay, so that could be my first 5-petal flower. But what I've done, what I done on some of them, like, say, like I just want a bud here. So what I do is I go 1 and 2, and then I'll go right over top of that, right in the middle almost, and just bring it all the way across. Okay. Sometimes I would just, sometimes I would do just, like maybe right here on the, right here on this end, I would just do 1, and then I'd come right back over on top of it. Can y'all see that? Maybe not. Let me push it up. Let me see if you can see. Like I just did like, say like a teardrop right here, like 1 petal, but then I would pick it up, get some more paint real quick. And then I went right over top of that. Can you see? No, let's see. I just went right over top of it with 1 more smaller petal.
Okay.
Okay, and I've done that on several of them. Some of them, where I did this 3, here, maybe I'll do it here. I did 1, 2, I think I have a white in there so you can't really see. Maybe even 3. And then at the bottom of that, I went up like, I just, can you see? I go right at the bottom, and then I just bring that all the way around, almost like a little slice there.
Okay.
Let me see if you can see.
Yeah.
And of course, okay, and so if you just do as many of those as you want on your little branches. And so we just fill all those in. I suggest that you definitely, like I don't have any white in this, and so it doesn't have any of the highlights, and the highlights actually make it so, because you can see all of the little nuances and stuff like that when you put your highlights and stuff in there. So we just go through, put as many in, like right here, I need way more branches and I don't have them in there. So I will definitely put some in there. And you guys have done all these 5-petal flowers before. And these will go actually really quickly. Not that you always have to do things fast. The point of doing this is so that you can relax and have a good time doing it. Again, just wherever you want one, you think it needs one, you just put it there. You can put the whole 5 petals, or you can put just again, the buds and stuff. Again, I'll end up putting, and remember, you're going to put leaves and stuff all the way around this too. So you just want to make for sure you leave yourself plenty of room. And, usually, so I'm just putting them in there, however, very randomly. Don't like that one. So I was all done. Now, I do want to show you all too. on the center, I'm just trying to get some of them in there, but on that way you just do them all at one time, makes it easier. But in the center, I did use a script liner. I'm just gonna put that brush in there real quick, and I'll just use the script liner one time. I'll let you see what I've done. Again, on the script liner, of course, we do go into water. And I come over here and I actually got some, I got black paint in it. Clean, clean. Now, for the centers of these, I come, let's put my thumb right in green paint. And I'm coming out here, you know, we do water with the script liner usually. And again, once you do that, you get that little inky puddle, you bring it up and you roll it. Now, on the inside of these petals, let me show you. I have to bring it up closer so you can see. I just sort of pick out where I want my center, and then I add little lines. And I actually do it almost to make a circle in here when it starts not picking up that. These are dry or these are wet, so it's going to pick up a lot of that pink paint. But let me pick up some more white. Okay, so like especially on the full ones, I made for sure that I had, these are little light touches. After I did that, I picked up brown. Get me some brown up here. Brown on the script liner. I'm rolling this out over here. And right on the tips of them, I put a brown dot. And I would like to have it darker than that. But, just so that it shows. And that way it looks like the little seeds that are on those. Can y'all see? Maybe not. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. So that's how you do the centers of, especially the full petal ones. And what might be, ooh, I picked up a bunch of green paint. I look like I took a bath in green paint, guys. On the look at my hand. Okay, and then of course, I will just get another. I'm just going to get another brush real quick. I'm just going to show you really quick, which you guys have done this many times. I'm picking up green and white. That could have been, like I said, I think on this one, I might have picked up like the, it's like, I call it a pea green. I don't know really what color it is. And then, of course, you know, I just come through here and where I needed leaves, I put leaves, but I brought them back to the branches like I always do. Okay. And over here, like these are going to be wet, so I can't really do them right now. But like, I would bring it back to the branches. Okay, like that. And just make for sure that make sure that you put your stems and stuff in there. And if it's even easier for you to actually go ahead, whoops, picked up white, too much white. Like to pick up, to do the branches or like the stems to where you know where you're gonna place your flowers and stuff. You could do it that way as well. But like
Okay.
right here, where I already have these here, I'm making sure that I'm putting in some stems. I picked up pink. I sort of like that, but and right here on these ones that look like buds,
Mhm.
really close. Let me see if you can see.
Okay.
Almost like, remember how we did the calyx of the rose buds? Where you go right
Yeah.
along the side of it? I did the same thing with these. Of course, these are really wet, so I'm picking up all that pink paint. And like right here, this one's sort of off by itself. They don't have to be necessarily full leaves because we got buds and stuff as well. So, like right over top of that, I might just like this one here. Might put another one right there. And again, the stems could go anywhere. I'm picking up white. I'm picking up a lot of white with this too. Okay, so like this could actually be here, like on that one. And sometimes I just put leaves on, they don't even have any flowers, just to fill it in some. I really wouldn't. I have no clue. I turned off all the other notifications. I forgot about my regular phone.
Mhm.
Mhm. So I would probably, like, these are fat right here. I don't necessarily like that. I'd probably put some smaller little stems in there in order to put the leaves on there, not from a big old thing like that.
Okay.
It does get it, right? I mean, and you just put as many in there as that you want to fill it up.
Okay.
And after I did that, again, I made for sure I put all of my the ones that needed the seed pod things in there. I don't know what those are called, the little stems and the and the little seeds. I'm going to highlight just because I still don't like my eggs. I'm going to highlight it, and I already put the brown on there, but I just don't like them. They're too dark. I'm going to put just a little bit more highlight on these eggs. Just barely picking up some. Good. So because I didn't like do a whole lot of small little branches, I'm going to do that now before I put any more of my. And if you guys see that you've done that, like you just need more, like more little branches to have these to come out on. Because if you notice, I've really laid them in here on this original painting. And so, yeah, you could just come off of any of these and just add a lot more branches. Mm. So that they don't all look like they're big old fat branches coming off. I'll do that one right here. Okay. So actually gonna put one more right here where her head's at. Where I have some leaves and stuff and sort of fill that in. Because I sort of want her nestled in there. Okay. Again, you guys can, once you start putting in your flowers and stuff and you see that you may have not enough, or you don't necessarily have to have a leaf on every branch or a flower on every branch. You just fill it in to where you're happy with it, however many. My goodness, I have made the awfulest mess ever was. Okay, so I'm back to my blooms again. And so again, I'm just putting them in. Much white. Some of the bloom or the little buds can be just tiny. They don't have to be full buds either. So I have got green paint everywhere. I don't know what I've done. I must have shot out some I didn't see go, and it's all over. Thank God I got this tablecloth. Again, sometimes you can make them look like little hearts, almost like little hearts. Like just do one bud on top of the other, and then do one little heart sort of looking thing on the bottom. Make it look like a little bud. Anytime y'all see me, I'm always coming here picking up paint, making sure that I still got my highlight on there. One thing about it, this could really be like reduced down to a small size, and it would make, sweet little greeting cards or gift bags. A greeting card and a gift bag to match. There's all kinds of things you could do with it. do it on flower pots. And I know I said we were going to do flower pots. We will do some. I just want to do some. So you guys will be able to do those as well. But like with this multi-surface paint, normally, which I still recommend that if you're going to do like clay pots, that you seal them on in the inside. And I mean, you can even seal them on the outside if you want to. But with the multimedia paint, you don't necessarily have to use like an extra sealer, because the paint has got the sealer in it. It's the same way with glass. It's got the sealer in there, but I think you still have to bake it for like a half hour. Once you do something that's glass, like say like like a vase or something, it's always good to like put that in the oven, put it in a cold oven, heat the oven to like 350 and let it warm up there. And then leave it in there overnight if you can. Don't let that air hit it, and it'll seal that to where, you can actually hand wash it. You can't dishwasher it. Again, however many y'all think you need. Here. I like to put some just right over top of this. I didn't, yeah, I did one, I think. But here, I'm gonna put one right over top of this nest to make it look like it's definitely snuggled in there some. Maybe another one right here. Mm. Let's see. Get some up here. I have nothing up there at all. Y'all doing okay?
Yes.
Quiet, quiet. A bunch of beds there. Okay. So, what time is it anyway? Okay. Basically, we just need a bunch of leaves and vines and all of the centers done. And remember, guys, I like to bring my stems to the flower. I don't like to put that right on the limb if I can get out of it. Some of those branches can have leaves on them, whether they've got a bloom or not. So sometimes that is what we need. A lot of leaves, a lot of stems. Oops, almost picked up. I did. I picked up some pink. Okay, let's see if I got. I think I got all of mine pretty well at the leaf. Now, again, you can do this, do the insides with the script or with a small flat brush, whichever is easier for you to do. I'm just going to go ahead and do mine with the script. script liner. And some of them, of course, you know, like these little buds, you're not gonna see all of them, so. I sort of like to try to make it look like they're in the little circle there. And then it can't be. Like, especially the ones that are full buds. Yeah, I'm not getting that sharp chisel edge on there. You can see how fat I'm getting them. When you use that script liner, you need to get that, you gotta roll that to get that sharp. That straight line on there. Where it's not so fat. I'm not always doing that good on my side. It's a light touch too. Needs to be a real light touch. And I'm heavy-handed this morning, today. Mhm. So y'all see, like even the buds, some of them you can just like if it's, you can actually see down in it, you can add a little few there. Some of them you don't have to do that at all. Large on some of them. Okay. Only if you can see the inside is all. What I'm gonna do is once I get all those whites in there, I'm gonna come right over here with that same script liner and I'm gonna pick up the brown. I'm gonna roll that out, make sure I get that. And then right on top of here, I'm just gonna dot it with some brown. Right on the tips.
Christine, what you dotting? Did you make
Excuse
that
me?
with your-
I'm so sorry. Right, right. Be quiet. Yeah, be quiet. I'm sorry. Miss Gloria?
I guess he heard the voice,
Yes, that's what it is.
but I was asking what you were dotting. Did you make that with orange and white or
No, I'm sorry, it's brown.
brown? Okay,
Yeah, it's just
so
brown.
it's a light brown.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it or not. Let's see. See if you can see. It might be a lighter color. Well, that one there, you can definitely tell that it's brown.
Light brown, okay.
Yeah, it's just I'm dotting it and I'm just using brown. I'm not even using white in it. I'm just
Okay,
puddle brown. but I mean, I'm not, like really adding a lot to it. I'm just barely touching it. Making sure I have that sharp chisel edge so that I don't get big blocks on it. Like I said, some of them on my full blossoms, I tried to do like layered those, I think they're called stidums or something like that on the inside. And then almost like we did with this, we have like a little oval there.
Mm.
But on the others that you could just barely see like one side of it, that's all I did. Was I just yeah, I think that's all. Not here's some. Again, you guys can add as many as you want. If you made your petals a little bit bigger here and you can see on the inside of them, then I would definitely put the little, put them on there so that
Okay.
so it just makes it look like right here is some that sort of looks deeper. I can look down in there and see. This one here, you can't tell that I even got them on there, but I do. It's my brown again. Okie dokie. Put one right there just because. I'm sure I'm a lot faster than you guys. You probably have not got all your everything there yet. Make
Um,
for sure, make for sure that you sign your paintings.
Okay.
I'll just do mine in green since I got it all here. You can always go back, add anything that you want to add to it. I might do that in black. 'Cause I got a big blob of black paint there. Yep, I think I will. All right, ladies. And you can take a script liner. It needs more stuff. Just add a few more. Okay, I think I'm done. I'm gonna be picking it to pieces if I don't quit. Except for that beak. I do not like his beak, or her beak on that. Looks like a big old honker, and it's not supposed to be like that.
Well, I'm gonna have to finish mine with the replay, so I thank you.
I love you, ladies. Thank you, guys.
Love you
And
too.
you can add anything to this that you want to, so. Thank you. I love you, ladies. I will get this uploaded and send you all the replay as soon as I can.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, I love you.
Love you.
Love
Bye,
you too.
Carolyn. Bye-bye.
Bye, Carolyn.
Bye, Gloria.